Springtime in the Rockies. Always a nostalgic time of the year, bringing back memories of summers gone by. But at CU in Boulder, springtime always brings with it a different kind of nostalgia.
Identify the composer of this song. Ramona, Canaster.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks is right for 10 points. All right.
For the past 13 springs, CU has been host to one of the craziest competitions you've ever seen, the Trivia Bowl.
The Trivia Bowl came about, it was created by Dr. Bowen, a professor at CU. He parodied it after the GE College Bowl, except instead of using academic questions, all the questions are entirely trivia. Approximately a dozen judges do the research for the past year, and they compile about 3,000 questions.
And looking through the program, you find that the names of the 50-odd teams in the competition are indeed a little odd.
Some parts are edible. Choker's Wild. Not ready for prime rib dinners. Return for their just desserts.
This tenacious team of trivialists goes by the name of Ramona Has Risen from the Grave. And at a nearby pizza shop, they shared some of their strategies with us.
You always are keeping an eye out for things in the credits or weird things you hear on the radio.
Something in the newspaper.
Right, so you just try to file it away and then, hope you can recall when they ask the question.
I play what's called a garbage game, really. They have questions thrown in about movies that came out 2 weeks ago and little insignificant things that show up on Saturday Night Live and on the back of cereal boxes and things like that.
He's also very good in recent music.
Walter Davis, North Carolina. Steve Haas, Washington. Bill Walton, that's an easy one.
A few tables away, the prime rib team members are working on their own training techniques.
I make a point of reading the sports pages.
I keep a notebook by the TV. My area is television, so I keep a notebook there and jot down all the trivial little stuff that isn't in any of the books. And then I do have my whole collection of trivia books, and TV Guide's my favorite magazine.
I go to as many movies as I can afford and force myself to watch as many rotten movies on TV as I can stand and just hit the bookstores, the different bookstores looking for movie books.
Okay, I've got a tape recorder at home with about 125 tapes of everything I could have recorded from 1950 through 1970. And rock and roll books, anthologies, whatever I can pick up.
With the semifinals close at hand, the Ramona team takes advantage of every precious moment to warm up.
How about hometowns and MASH?
Okay, hometown of B.J. Honeycutt.
San Francisco.
Sausalito.
No, he lives in Mill Valley.
Mill Valley.
But he was born in Sausalito.
Right.
Okay,
How about Hawkeye?
Alan Alda, Maine. Crabapple Cove.
Crabapple Cove, Maine,
I
right.
like Last of the Mohicans.
That's right, that's how he got his name.
What's B.J.
You got
stand
it.
Nothing, it is BJ.
It's BJ, that's right.
What about Hot Lips? Where does she come from?
I don't know, where does
Army base. She was
How
an
about
Army brat.
here's one for you. What kind of perfume does Hot Lips wear? That's Forbidden Furlough.
I can just tell you it'll probably be a very exciting competition and very close.
Who played Larry the Dwarf in 200 Motels?
Billy Barty.
Billy Barty.
Billy Barty. No, it was Ringo Starr. Say, kids, what time is it?
Ramona Spinato. It's Howdy Doody
That's
time.
right, for 10 points. This prolific songwriter is credited with a long string of British hits, including No Milk Today for Herman's Hermits, Bus Stop, and Look Through Any Window.
Ramona Fuller.
Graham Gouldman.
Graham Gouldman is right for 10 points. In 1979, Fuzzy Zoeller became the first golfer in over 40 years to win the Masters Championship in his first attempt. Prior to Zoeller, who was the last man to accomplish this feat?
Mama Belanger. Gene Sarazen.
That is right for 10 points. Who was the MC at the Beatles' 1965 Shea Stadium?
Ramona Minor.
Murray the K.
Murray the K. Wright at the Shea Stadium concert.
By the end of the 20-minute round, Ramona has done away with the I Dismember Mama team.
Fifth dimension, 10 points. Let's the game with a score. Is that correct? 10 points. Ramona 350. I Dismember Mama 330.
After 4 days of grueling competition, the 56 teams have been narrowed down to 2. As the final round begins between Ramona and Prime Rib, tensions are high.
There's the whistle to begin the game. Teams, you're playing for a movie trailer bonus, and here is your toss-up. Just moments ago, you heard the buffoons sing the Draft Dodger Rag. Who wrote the song?
Prime Rib Dinners, Carpenter.
Phil Oakes is right. Lauren Bacall made her screen debut into Have and Have Not. What was her first line of dialogue in the movie?
Ramona Minor.
Anyone got a match?
That is right for 10 points.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Ramona Fuller.
Ragu spaghetti sauce?
No, can you take it, Prime Rib Dinners?
Prime Rib Dinners, Og.
Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer is right. On TV's Mr. Bill show, what sentence does Mr. Bill always say immediately after Mr. Sluggo appears on the scene?
Ramona Canaster.
After Mr. Sluggo appears on the screen, he also says, "Oh no, he's going to be mean to me."
Oh, he's going to be mean to me is right for 10 points. A man wearing a raincoat and rain hat riding a tricycle was a recurring...
Prime Rib Dinners, Hartson.
That was a recurring event on Laugh-In.
Laugh-In is right for 10 points. In Rupert Holmes' Pina Colada song, at what bar did he meet his would-be lover? That is O'Malley's. While this NFL player has played in the Super Bowl for 2 different teams, he probably will be best remembered for a game he didn't play in. In that game, Howard Cosell spent the entire night criticizing this man's blocking, though he wasn't even in...
Ramona Spinato.
Marv Fleming.
5-point penalty, I'll repeat, for the Prime Rib Dinners. While this NFL player has played in the Super Bowl for 2 different teams, he probably will be best remembered for a game he didn't play in. In that game, Howard Cosell spent the entire night criticizing this man's blocking, though he wasn't even in the game. Who is this player who later threatened to sue Cosell for slander?
Prime Rib Dinners, Carpenter.
Gordy Gravel.
It is Gordy Gravel for 10 points. Identify the composer who wrote the song Pick Yourself Up, Dust Yourself Off, and Start All Over Again.
Ramona Minor.
Vernon. Dorothy Fields wrote the lyrics. Jerome Kern wrote the music.
Jerome Kern, that is the right answer. We have our new champions. Look out, ready for Prime Rib Dinners' return for the Just Desserts.
Oh, God, it's just unbelievable. I'm almost in tears.
It just beats the hell out of reality. We love it.
We'll be back in just a minute with more BN Magazine.